Wait, virtual. Hello everyone, my name is Craig. Welcome back to You Got Nerfed, and we got a lot to discuss today. Um, because as of yesterday, I joined someone's live stream as to where they reacted to some of my content. And I was present as of this live stream, not aware that they have previously reacted to my content before. Now, you may be thinking, oh, just get to react to this content because it's good or something like that. No. This reaction was a big wake-up call as to that. A lot of flaws, and probably all of the flaws, were pointed out as far as this channel. And this creator, Phase 1 Foam, pointed out a lot of the flaws as to specifically to me and this channel. They gave honest thoughts, but honest thoughts, and sorry, I'm failing to put words together here. Gave some honest feedback, but in trying to do it in not a hateful manner. And there were a lot of statements and things pointed out that stuck with me. Now, I will go ahead and tell you that because of this, I did take a lot of this to heart, and the channel is going to undergo a revamp because of this. A lot of what they said was completely true. There's a lot of things that I could have done better on this channel. I still don't know if I particularly like the way that they reacted to the content, but A, it was fair use. 2, I can't really stop him, and I'm not going to. I did that one. I know I've always been asking for feedback, especially negative feedback for this, and looks like that came through in a big way. Just I was not expecting it to be this degree. So creator's name is Phase 1 Foam. No hate out to you, and I mean it, with this video. With it. So we're going to address some of the points that he mentioned. No, I do not have the video evidence from the streams on that one. I don't personally feel comfortable using that, but I do have noted down some of the points that he said, and I'd like to give you my thoughts on it. So starting out, he did mention from the Q&A video, when I mentioned that he, by my words, quote, stole Cute772's signature paint job for the blasters, and that he should have, quote, gotten it copyrighted. He was not too happy about that, and quite honestly, I don't blame him for that, because looking back on that was a dumb statement. That was truly a dumb statement. Yes, you really can't trademark a paint job, right? Technically you can, but Frank Cooper did not do that, so it's not a valid statement. And for that, I did say, quote, that I was mad at Phase 1 Foam for stealing said paint job. And for that, directly to you, Phase 1, I apologize for that. I am not mad at that. That was not how I wanted that to come off. And 2, the statement is not relevant. You definitely let me know about that in that live stream. Trust me. You let me have it with that one. And now that I think about it, even though I was thinking about that, I'm like, that's on my Q&A video. right? Which practically ruins the entire Q&A video. I did realize I could probably cut that out, and I probably will, and then re-upload the Q&A video. I think that would be best. There was a lot of like the last 5-10 minutes that probably didn't need to be in there. With that one, which is going to bring up another point, but I wanted to address that one. I rewatched that segment of my video, and all I could think about when I did that was genuine stupidity. That was a dumb statement to say. With that one, I have no idea really where I was trying to go with that statement. So that type of statement you will not hear from me again. So phase 1 foam, I feel like I do owe you an apology for that. Yes, and frankly, from me, I'm sorry if I insulted you a little bit with that. Maybe you're not insulted, maybe you don't care, but just know that I am serious about that apology. That was a dumb statement. I'll watch that. There's a couple other big things really that he mentioned. One of the things was that he got up to me saying, because one of the Q&A questions was, how do you feel about phase 1 foam reacting to your videos? And I said he wasn't, and I wasn't aware that he was reacting to my videos, which initially I found to be true, but I didn't dig far into his live videos section to find out that he actually was. So that's on me for not searching that far. I just checked his normal video section and I didn't see anything. So on that one, so that was a false statement. He did at least twice. I watched both of the videos last night after I got off of the live stream. And I pretty much came to the same conclusions here with that one. So again, I basically just made another false statement. Into that phase 1 foam, I know you don't need my permission, but react to my content how you will, right? I was just not aware. I would appreciate a tag in the video somewhere, maybe even in the description, so that way I know about it. With it, we could sit here and talk about fair use and all of that stuff, but I feel like it would be courteous to go ahead and put it. Let me know anytime that you react to my videos. I would extend the same courtesy. If you were to know anything about me, most of the time I'm serious about what I say. So that is that one. So I was not aware of that. I joined his live stream because I'm like, oh, okay. He showed me a comment saying that he was going to react to my video with that one, and I watched the other two, and they were pretty much about the same thing. He basically roasted me for how bad my content was. He made lots of valid points onto it. One of the things was that they complained a lot about the video length. And quite honestly, looking back on this, I agree. A lot of the videos are way too long. Now, I don't generally do editing either at all or a lot of, but there were some places that I definitely could have edited to shave off, if not even half of the time of most of the videos. Speeding up loading during the firing demos, and also fast forwarding through unboxings and stuff. Probably should have been done. I agree with that. That probably could have, because half of those are a big part of most of the videos as far as length goes. So I'll chop that out. As far as anything else, really, there was one time where somebody walked in while I was recording with that one, and I forgot to cut that out. And that was well known during one of his live streams. They let me have it as to that one. Yeah, rookie mistake there. That one for sure should have been cut. And quite honestly, I thought I did cut it, but when I watched it back on replay, I didn't watch that far, quite honestly. I will have you know that I do record all my videos in segments, stitch them together, and then upload them. I do watch them back on replay first. Now, do I watch them all the way? No. Should I? Yes. But from now on, I am dedicating myself to actually editing each video that goes up on my channel, and finding where can I shave time. Right, I've always had this issue with my channels, and luckily he was not roasting me on my gaming channel, otherwise I'd be done for. It would be like a Moist Critical level of roast, and yeah, although if Moist Critical's on my gaming channel, he wouldn't even bother roasting me with that, which would be another level of roast right there. But that was also another fair point. Yes, I don't need to spend 30 minutes on a single shot blaster. Onto that. Yeah, most of the points I'll also get back to as far as what is my plan on improving this channel so far. That's another of the main points. That was a big one. Other one that stuck with me. It did all these other little criticisms and stuff. Also called me out for lack of research, which is mostly true. Some of it is not. I will have you know that I carry and use a notebook for each blaster that I review, writing down general information about it, as well as my personal thoughts in it too. And most of the time I go off of that too. And I improvise off of that, right? Before anybody says that you need a script or something when doing video, no. I will never do a video off of a script. I've done that before. It doesn't turn out well for me. Maybe it works for you, not for me. But maybe I should be using this book a little bit more, but to know that I'm not completely just pulling stuff out of thin air, I do have this. Right, so like right now my page is turned to the Recon CS6. I have the information here whenever I do a review video. I have it like this. I have the information that I'm going to go off of. Right? And going back to the point of length, of too long of a length of videos, I'm going to work on, and I am going to work on, a way to try to condense down a lot of this information. Because initially when I started the channel, I did say, beware of the length of videos, because most of the time, everything that I say in that video, I feel like needs to be said. And I just been proven 3 times over that that statement is not correct. There's a lot of things that perhaps I could shave off. You're right, as a reviewer, I need to get down to big objective stuff without elaborating way too much. And I do tend to stretch things out for way longer than they need to be. For that one, that's going to be something that I work on. there was a lot of other little things that I'm not going to go over that stuck out to me, but I will fix those mainly in each individual review. With that one, yeah, each individual review that stuck out with me, but those will be corrected in the review portions and stuff. Yeah. Was there really anything that Phase 1 foam said that was wrong? Not really. And if there are, I'm not wanting to debate it here. I just need to take this as a time to improve my channel here, not get caught up in semantics. So we're going to go over my action plan here for the improvement of this channel. From now on, there's going to be a few things. We're basically going to restart this channel from scratch, starting with 105 subscribers. I'm going to be taking down each time I'm going to be taking down one review video at a time, redoing completely that video. It's not going to say re-review or anything. Re-reviews are gone. If I learned anything from that, that is probably not a concept that I should be doing. Because also there was a point that Phase 1 phone said that why re-review it when you should have gotten it the first time. And I thought I had a reasonable explanation as to why I do re-reviews in case I miss stuff the first time, but most of the argument is why miss stuff the first time anyway. Valid point. My point would still be that it happens sometimes, but granted, from what I learned, my counter argument is not valid either, so I'll try to make it correct the first time. So, for example, we're going to go in order, by the way. So the first new review video is going to be over the Recon CS6. I'll take down the old video. Also, all the re-review videos, all the bonus content videos, except for like 2 of them, are taken down. They're no longer on there. The bonus, so the Recon CS6 review, I'll take that down as soon as I finish doing the new video, and then that will be up there. Now hopefully it will be up there permanently with it. So, and I'm just gonna basically make up for lost time. I'm gonna go through every single blaster that I reviewed. I mean, I wanted to review each blaster again because I may have missed a lot of stuff, and trust me, when you get roasted over 3 live streams for about 2 hours, yeah, apparently you get well aware as to what you missed as far as info wise. Right. So I'm gonna be redoing those. So, right, I'm not gonna take down every single video and all at once and replace them. I'm gonna replace them one by one. Right. So that way the channel has some semblance of life, basically. But people will still know the difference. I'm gonna keep the same thumbnails though, because most of those were photos taken by me, and I really like them. So same thumbnails. I'm just going to be replacing the entirety of the video. The next thing that's going to happen is I'm actually going to commit to the editing, whether at a small scale or a larger scale. Unboxings, well, for all the videos that I'm going to redo, there's not going to be an unboxing anymore with it. I might not even do unboxings anymore as part of the review process, but I've been thinking about that. It's kind of a waste of time. But also if I do have unboxing, fast forward through that, and firing demo, maybe also not put through every single ammo type that I have. And he also made some fair points. Some of the ammo types that I chucked through there don't really need to be chucked through. The only ones that I do is streamlined darts, just as a constant, basically saying this is probably the worst ammo type that you can get through, and this is how the blaster performs with the worst type with it. But he made the point why you shoot stuff that we don't have access to. Still a tester, because some blasters actually work pretty well with the old streamlined darts. But I'll consider that one. But yeah, he is right. I don't need to be chucking through like Adventure Force darts, all of that stuff. I think it's been known that those darts don't really fire very well. Actually, now that I thought about it, there was another point that I wanted to bring up. And it wasn't a direct point, it was more like he made these points each throughout as he was reacting to the video. And that's basically was not too happy about the fact that I was saying stuff that feels like it was already known, right? Like comparing, for example, a Maverick to a Disruptor or Strong Arm. That would, unfortunately, that statement's not valid. It should be compared to that one because those two blasters were built off of that platform. And yes, the Maverick is not going to fire as well as that, but I think that it needs to be known. I don't do review videos off of people that already know everything about Nerf. These are for people that are the main ones that these review videos are going to help are people that probably don't even know anything about it and are looking for a good blaster, right? And for the Maverick of that maybe they don't know that, hey, Maverick isn't a great blaster at all. They could know zero things about the Maverick, because they could be going in there, ooh, Maverick, that one looks cool, it seems functional, maybe I could use it in a stock class Nerf war. And let me tell you why it shouldn't be, right? Because there's other options out there, like Strong Arm, Disruptor, for example, that are just better. And here's why that it's better, right? But, and he also pointed out that I shouldn't be going into expectations as if every blaster's gonna be having the best performance when it's already known that it's not. That is the expectation that I'm going with. When I review a blaster, while yes, I do have to keep in that known, but for an audience of whom I just described, they're not going to know that, right? They're not going to know that. So that's why that is told, right? So I and also compared a Maverick to like a Strong Arm, and that yes, it is fair to compare it to that one. That was one of the ones where it's like, no, you're wrong, sir. Yeah, it's literally about the same platform, just improved internals, right? Hasbro actually learned from making the Maverick to making a superior product, right? I know that Maverick is inferior. The person watching my review videos probably doesn't know that, right? So I'm going to complain about all these little things and give you a detailed reason why you shouldn't buy this, right? Why the other options are better, right? Does that apply to all of the blasters? No. I may have led some people astray with incorrect information on some of the blasters, but in general, there's also reasons why I do say what I say, right? That was one of the things that irked me a little bit about that video. I totally see where you're coming from, though, Phase 1 film, but you still have to keep your audience in there, right? Right? You have to inform your audience as to what's out there, whether they know it or not, and then compare the blaster that you're doing. You do have to look at each blaster like, okay, is this the best thing that I can purchase at all? that is the expectation that you should do. And whenever you go into a review, that should be about the expectations that you have, unless if you previously had known experience with these blasters and you're not expecting that much out of it. That's personal expectations. But from a blaster to blaster, yes, I do treat it as if it should be the best blaster, right? I'm given the times, right? The person that is probably looking to buy it, which if you're looking to buy a Maverick nowadays, yikes, right? They probably don't know that, right? They could probably be thinking that that's the best thing on the market. There was another thing, actually, now looking at it, there's another thing that did irk me a little bit. He mentioned mods a lot, especially with the Maverick. Granted, I did say a phrase that probably shouldn't have been phrased the way that it is, and I actually didn't mean it literally like this. I did say that, quote, the Maverick doesn't have a place in our hobby anymore. And then you brought up the case that but with mods, because it can still be modded and all of that stuff, it has a place in the hobby. True. That wasn't what I meant by that phrase, and for that, my mistake. That's totally bad phrasing. What I mean is performance oriented. You're getting outgunned by a lot of stuff. Maverick's an alright blaster. People say Maverick's a good blaster. It's actually really not. But it was good back in that time, not today. And also, to bring in the point of things can be modded, I don't care about mods, because here's the truth about mods. You modify something, literally any blaster with mods can be just as good as pretty much the top end blasters. So therefore, why even give a review on them? If it's like modded stuff can turn into stuff is gonna be better than the stock stuff and be just as good as that stuff, I might as well not do a review at all, right? Because then there's no point in doing it. You'll just get a stock blaster, modify it, and then boom, right? I reviewed stock class blasters. Yes, I want to demonstrate and explain how it performs and how it could perform from stock performance. I don't care about mods. Yes, I'm aware that that is a potential thing. Maybe in future video, as I do the reviews, I'll make mention of that hey, these do have potential mods that you can make for it to make better for it, but that doesn't mean for that while that may or may not objectively change the blaster of that, I'm looking at it from a stock class perspective, right? Because again, from the point, mods basically, that's almost like power scaling, right? You're basically saying with mods, this blaster's now infinitely better, when if you look at it objectively without mods, a blaster might not be that great for an option. Not everybody's gonna get into Nerf for modding to make it the best thing. They may want to go out and already get stuff that's already the best that they can get without having to do mods. I don't want to do mods. I don't really know how to do mods, because one time I tried doing it and I actually broke the blaster doing it. And I should have been following tutorials, all of that stuff. But, right. That aside, that point's not relevant. But, not everybody cares about mods, and certainly I don't. I'm aware that they're out there, and that's good for it. Your point still stands, but the Maverick was not misplayed. It's not useless in our hobby because there are modders. Yes, if you like modding, Maverick's actually a really, really good platform for it. Yes, you can do the drop cylinder for it. You can change out the spring and plunger tube, make it a real powerhouse. Right? Have you ever seen the drop cylinder thing where it could drop completely out? Some people even made it to where you remove the cylinder altogether and pop in a new one. Wicked mods. I'm aware that those are out there. I don't care about that, right? Right? Because I'm not a modder, dude. And I don't know if you were just get on to me for that statement, but I'm also going to take that statement another way, just so it's not brought up. Do you think that I have to address modders and keep that in mind every time that I do a review? Because if that is, that's unreasonable expectations. In my opinion, I could be completely wrong, but like I said, something stock. If I wanted to review something modded, I'd review something modded, right? And this is why this mod improves this blaster, right? But like I said, not everybody's gonna go buy a blaster to mod it, right? Not everyone's willing to put in the work to modify a blaster, right? And especially, why modify a Maverick when you can just go get a strong arm that's a better, but also modify said strong arm to make it even better. Now, granted, with some mods with certain platforms can make that blaster a lot better than even some of the other blasters with mods, but still, why would you think that even improved? I would think that even if you tried to do the same mods to one blaster with something of the similar platform, that you might still be able to reach the same result. I could be wrong. I could just be spitting here absolute nonsense about modding. I don't mod, but from what I can logically deduce, that's my thoughts on it. So, fair point again, saying that I was misleading in saying that the Maverick has no place in our hobby. That was wrong way to go about that. But that was not my ultimate meaning. I was saying that it's surpassed by other superior options, like again strong arm, disruptor, and yes, those are of the same platform. They're actually of about the same platform. It's just improved upon. Yes. If you don't think that I did my research, do your research off of that, right? Why would they? If you know companies about it, they're going to either re-release the same design because it worked, or they're going to try to improve stuff that came before. That's where the strong arm came from. It's literally a direct successor of the Maverick, right? You can't tell me that it's not fair to compare it to a strong. It's completely fair to compare it to a strong arm, because that's the modern version of it now. Yes, except for mods, the Maverick is obsolete, right? Unless if you're just getting into Nerf, maybe it could be a good option for running around the house. It actually could be. Long-term use, maybe not. I'd still say go get a strong arm. Slamfire can be tactically sound in some situations. You just get better velocity of it. It's better mechanics, right? I thought that I'd address these points in my review. Perhaps maybe not in that way, as you pointed out. But it's totally fair to compare it to that, because I would have recommended that regardless. But then also, you might say, then why review the Maverick? Because also, even though that there's better options out there, I still want to be my viewers and probably consumers of the Nerf product to be aware of what to stay away from, right? You could be like, okay, just buy this, and this blaster, but they never know why. Yes, they need it to compare to something, because they may not have any knowledge off of the Maverick and be like, oh, is this better than a strong armor disruptor? It looks about the same. Maybe it's better, and then they find out that it's not, and they're like, I never knew that. Yeah, hence the review video. So that was the first one. a lot of the other times when you pointed out stuff like that, you made a case, but that one, no. Yes, it is fair to compare a Maverick to a strong arm. Yes, you want to debate that next time in one of the videos, I'll debate that with you. Yes, I didn't say argue on that, I said debate. Yes, with that. That's mainly a lot of the stuff that I went over. It was watching these videos back. It was very eye-opening as to my mistakes and stuff. It was a bit painful to watch. While there was a lot of bad, maybe I didn't realize how bad a lot of the content was. I've been hoping that you're not implying that it was absolutely bad, because I'm taking a step back and not adding ego into here. I think there was still a lot of good that came out of those reviews, but there's a lot of things as to how I could have done things better that led me off the deep end here, right? Where a lot of the videos lose the credibility and flat. I'll tell you pretty much from these videos that Phase 1 Foam did, my credibility is pretty much shot out the window. And this action plan that I said to you guys is going to be my way of restoring that credibility. I'm going to dedicate myself to improving these videos, this channel, right? Because I'm going to tell you something. I told somebody that commented last night after I watched the video, the worst mistake you can ever make with me is to ever undermine my determination. Yes, if I say I'm going to make something right, I'm going to make something right. And just note, Phase 1 Foam, I will be taking a lot of these to heart. You're right about this. Yes, my channel is nowhere near good. Also, I will put in a counterpoint that I'm still just starting out. If it's not obvious enough, as you pointed out, my inexperience got to me. Maybe I'd jump at the gun as to that, manipulating knowledge when I really didn't know the answers to stuff. And my commitment now to doing proper research, editing videos, and making sure that the video is accurate will be my #1 priority. You have my word for that. If you personally, since you've been reacting to my videos for quite a while now, don't see that improvement, feel free to roast me in another video, because I guarantee you I'll deserve it. So, basically, again, to summarize, especially is quite a lot to take in, considering I was present there with the video at the live stream when Phase 1 Foam live streamed my content. It was quite eye-opening, and this is the wake-up call that probably, if I continue going in the same way, that this channel will probably not be what it wants to be, right? So, I think these are the steps that I need to take. Now, I will let you know some things. A lot of times, if in case you didn't notice, I do record on a phone camera. I'm working with rudimentary. I have a phone camera, I have a laptop camera. No, I'm not going out right now and buying a high quality camera. I'm not doing that right now. That will come later in the future, because I believe I can still make these really good quality videos without a high quality camera. It can be done. I've seen it before, right? But I'm not going to let that try to stop me. If I put in these improvements in there, it's not going to matter what I recorded on, as long as it's not like in 300p video, which most of the time I can't help, because smartphone cameras, I have to deal with the pixelation that it gets me, and even for that, I actually don't have the editing skills to improve that. I actually don't know if it can be cleared without a whole lot of editing. As far as improving quality, I can do audio editing, but not that. I do music, so I know a little bit of audio editing. And this was also eye-opening for another reason, because I do run 3 channels on YouTube here. I do Nerf reviews here, I have a gaming channel, and I have a music channel. So technically 2 music channels, one of them's really not existent. The music channel, you really don't see my face at all with that one. Bunch of remixes and stuff, I'm gonna set that one aside. Gaming channel, I think, are also suffering from the same things. And quite honestly, from here, that's probably one channel that I'm probably not going to keep up with anymore. I might delete that soon, because I just don't really feel the passion for making gaming content anymore. So that channel might be going, but this was eye-opening because some of the videos there are suffering from the same things here. So thank God they didn't search further on those channels. I probably would have been quite the laughing stock there. But I'm going to take it to heart and focus on improving this channel, because this is the stuff that I want to dedicate my time to here on YouTube and stuff. So you have my word to my viewers and to personally you, Phase 1 Foam, that this channel will improve starting now, right? And I will also tell you something personal, because it might be like, oh, are you really serious about it? I'm going to tell you how serious it is, and I'm about to show you too through the next videos that I do, right? I have always lived a life of having to prove myself to people, because nobody has thought I've been good enough in anything. Yes, I would work way too hard in most cases, whether it's my job, whether it's here at home, whether it's YouTube. There's somewhere where I'm always felt like that what I'm doing is not enough, and that's where a lot of my determination comes from. So if I'm seeing an opportunity to improve, I'm taking it, and you better believe that I'm serious about it, because you better believe that in a way I do care what other people think of me, especially on YouTube, because I'm doing this content for you guys. And if I want to do this for you all, these changes must be done for your all's sake and for mine. Alright? Somebody's gonna probably argue, well, if you're doing this for us, you would have already made these changes already. You know what? You got me there. Right? Or somebody's also probably gonna say, you gotta do this for yourself. I already do this for myself. That's why I dedicate my time to you, because the passionate stuff is already there. Now I just focus on you all. I truly do all of these for my viewers and nobody else. If I did it just for myself, content would actually be way worse than it is, and it's pretty bad right now. So that's going to conclude everything that I wanted to do. I thought I would give my thoughts onto this. Quite eye-opening. I guess you could go to Phase 1 Foam's channel, look under the live section, and well, you'll probably see my face there on some of the live videos, and you could see where he talks about my content and that, and see where he's coming from. But he made some points, probably not in the best way as far as like tone and all of that, but but he got the points across. So that's what's gonna go on from now on from the channel. So expect some changes and stuff after this video. And yeah, I thank you all so much for the support that you're giving me for that one. I've got a lot of work to do. Yes, so I'll see you guys in the next one.